Hi, you are listening to the Father Support Network podcast. This podcast is for single fathers and fathers in general. On this podcast, we educate, inform, guide, encourage, and help fathers navigate the complex challenges of maintaining contact and healthy relationships with their children after separation or divorce. Your host is Dr. Nwankpa. Nwankpa is a father of three who successfully fought for the right of his children to have their father in their lives.
Hello. Happy Sunday. It's it's quite a bit chilly. Not that cold, but compared to other days, it's a bit cloudy today. And let's get the weather out of the way. Just want to react quickly to the viral news about a couple, so a Nigerian couple who have relocated to the United Kingdom. And the man had made a post about his wife. I think the wife had just given birth or so. And they've just gone through, I'm not sure, I think they've gone through a divorce. I don't know if they finalized that, and he's accused the wife of cheating. And it's called the wife cheating, and this is the man that claims that he was paying for the wife's education, sponsoring the wife, catering for the wife, and the wife was cheating. And apparently there's also it's alleged that the wife had cheated before. I don't know if this was before the marriage or so, whilst back in Nigeria. But I think I've seen something else. I don't know how true it is, where the wife had come to deny that and say the husband was also cheating while she was pregnant with multiple men, and alluded to the fact that the man couldn't satisfy. So he said you can't satisfy a woman, and then you're dealing with multiple women. So there's this kind of allusion that the man couldn't satisfy this woman in bed. Perhaps that's why this woman is seeking other men also. I don't know. But this is what I want to say. I've seen the prevalence of this kind of issue with migrant couples that have migrated from Africa back down to the West, especially, and where you've seen cases where not even long, maybe they've only just arrived and they've already broken up, and they have issues like this. And also having had experience of this, personal experience, I can speak to it. I can say, in many of these cases, usually, unfortunately, in many of these cases, usually the women that initiate that or look for a reason, or again, for this relationship to break down. And people say this speaks to long-term issue in the relationship even before they left Nigeria. But this is what I say. I've also seen couples that have left Nigeria, but this is quite rare. Not rare, but not that it's significant. But but I've seen couples that have come and they've stayed together. They've cooperated together, worked together, have their kids, and none of this issue. So I think, in my opinion, not even think, this is what I've seen. Pattern that I've seen is some of these people that do this, they already it's premeditated. Usually people say maybe these women are abusing in Nigeria and some of these other places. Men is a patriarchal system. Men have a lot of leverage, and women may feel abused. They may have been bearing or enduring what you might call abuse, domestic abuse, and this is the opportunity they've come to a climate where there is, to some level, some parity in gender relations, and women sort of have some power, or some perception of power. And these women have then decided to enforce their power. Or you just come to places, let's say in America, where Especially some Nigerian men that will marry a woman, then maybe train the woman to become a nurse, and then the man become a nurse, and the woman is out earning the man. And the man, there's tension. The woman feels like, I can't respect you. I'm not any more than your tensions, and then some of these unfortunate situations become fatal. You've seen situations like that. That's one strand. But this particular strand where the woman comes and then the woman feels, or the woman thinks, I'm going to just leave, I'm going to find, or not even leave, or stay within there, or just seek other partners. We've seen it. I don't know, it also comes with our territory. I think it's just, to me, I think it fits into that new kind of freedom where someone feels like, I've come into a place where I've got this freedom, I'm working, I'm making money, I don't need you. It comes that the men sometimes can't handle. I'm not saying all situation. The men can handle that because the men have been used to power, or used to having that leverage, and then they come into a place where the woman can make money. Now the woman can go out. The woman wanna enjoy. The woman wants to go have fun. Maybe the woman wants to go out with her friends, go to the nightclub, go out and come out. The man, it's a different setting. And the man feels like he's losing power. But the unfortunate thing is, in all of this, in one of the situations, there are children involved. We've seen cases where they become so bitter, where the woman is plotting against the man is plotting. We've just had a case where a couple have been deported back to Nigeria because the woman left the man, and the man was a dependent on the woman. The woman went to the Home Office, said something, and the man felt, okay, I'm gonna report you to the Home Office as well because you have deception, because if you've lied in one of your application that one of the kids was yours, and Home Office investigated and they were all sent back. We've seen cases that there was an unfortunate case where this man had had battered the wife and killed the wife to death. It's a cultural shock, it's a cultural shift, number one. But it's also one where in some of the cases, some of these women, when they're leaving, a couple are leaving, and it's not easy to leave. People think it's easy to leave. When people are leaving and running away, coming for economic opportunities, some of these people, some of them maybe have good job in Nigeria, good job in these places, but the opportunities are very limited. There are no access to good road, no access to good health. Life is just difficult, and you can barely survive. And then they sell what they have, they leave the job, they sell some sell houses that are worth millions in the local currencies that are worth thousands, just to seek a better life. And people do that and come here and then do these shenanigans. It's a shame, but I think people do that and come and then some couple don't even have the wisdom to navigate that. So I would say, if I interject with my own experience, being bitter is not the way out. I think once you've got your life, once you if you want to leave, if you want to move on, you could move on without being bitter, without trying to destroy the prospect for the other person. I don't think that is very necessary. If you feel like you're tired, you could divorce. But again, in here the woman, I don't know how true this is, that they've come to that. If you come as a couple and you need to part ways, you need to go back to your country and do that. I think that has reduced the amount of disingenuous, or the amount of unwarranted spike in divorce rates, separation, where couples come and then they want to leave the partner. Usually female want to leave the partner because so I think there's been a reduction in that. So when we remove some of these things that incentivize, so there are ways we could respond to this. So that is one way, through law, through legal means. You disincentivize that. You have to keep the family one. So there are many things that can keep the family. Some financial benefits, some social incentive can incentivize men to just discard and disregard the unity, the harmony of the family, and seek selfish gain. It's a shame. So, but I also think that in as much as I support and I want people to be together, when it comes to a point where trust is broken, like I would say this to finish with, if you know my men are territorial. So if a woman cheats, then you say you've forgiven the woman. I don't think a man can genuinely, this is my opinion, can genuinely forgive a cheating partner, a cheating wife. I don't know, for a woman might, because they say men are polygamous in nature. I don't know how it is, that's what they say. But a man, it will be difficult for a man that loves a man that is what is onion to say he's forgiving the wife, and I don't think deep down there's that relationship when here, that trust is, I think, is broken irretrievably, irrevocably. And I don't think anything can be done. They might try, but there's always gonna be that cloud hanging over a relationship. So I would say people should just be wise. People should, if you want to leave. Don't toy with people's emotions. Don't toy with people's hearts. And beyond all of that, the most important thing: don't play with a kid's life. Don't bring kids into this world with all this nonsense. Don't bring kids in life when you're about selfish. If you're selfish, you're thinking about yourself, then don't involve the kids. You can remain single. You can remain selfish, but sometimes, in my own opinion, in my own case, someone says they see you as a stepping stone. So in these cases, so it's such a shame that someone will get with you, marry you, or whatever it is, and see you as a ticket to their future. They see you as a ticket out of poverty, out of whatever it is they feel they're running from, and that is just what it is. And they can sleep with you, they can have kids with you, but it's all to just live and advance to the next stage and then get on with their life. So it's a shame is what it is, but I say in all of this, let's try amber wise and respect that kids are involved, and make sure we're always putting the kids' interest in her, because one of the two of those kids, like the case I mentioned, were deported with their parents, but one of the daughter was put up for, it's just messy. So I just say we're just in a place where relationship is not honored, where love is not, it's just, there's no honesty when people say they love you, when people say those words don't carry weight. Again, people just use those words, and it's just a shame. But anyways, I'll leave it at that, and I wish you a good week ahead, a productive week ahead, a rewarding week ahead. Bye.